Hello everyone, welcome back to the Grandmaster Nightfall. This week, it's everyone's favorite strike, Exodus Crash. Fan favorite, so I've been told. In this strike, you will need Overload and Barrier Champion stunning capabilities, along with Solar Shield removal, of which there are, like, 3 that are necessary to shoot down. I think it's 3. Loadout-wise, no Unstoppable this time means a lack of spots to shove fusion rifles into. Now, last time I ran this place a few seasons ago, my team rolled out with swords as a gag, and it ended up being really good. But swords are not nearly as good as they were that previous time. I ended up doing a run where only I was using a sword, and then where my entire team ran a sword, and I gotta say, you know, for Season 15, not really a big fan. It's just really tough to pass up literal free 40% extra bonus damage from using a fusion rifle with Particle Deconstruction. I again broke out the old Jotunn, the old toaster, and it was doing some work. It was good. Thanks to Divinity and Particle Deconstruction now stacking for whatever reason that is. I assume it's some sort of it's broken situation, but who knows. And thanks to there being 1 million Overload Captains, I can suggest someone use Divinity with a good level of confidence. It's an instant stun, it's a huge damage buff, not a bad decision. If you didn't run with it, that's totally fine, but it's not a bad decision. There's only a small handful of barrier champions, 4 if I remember correctly, 2 in the big first combat arena and then 2 with the boss. So only having 1 person with anti-barrier capabilities, also not the biggest deal in the world. If you have a Divinity, they can handle overloads by themselves, and then you have 2 people on anti-barrier if you really want to do that. I guess I should talk about what I did actually use. Double fusions. I know I literally just said that there is a lack of fusion slots. Still went with double fusion, but instead of having both stunning capabilities, I only had 1. I don't see a reason to not run with as many fusions as possible. I really like Jotunn because of the range that it gets. It stacks particle very quickly, and Threaded Needle is still just very good. I had a bow for overload and auto for anti-barrier. Ariana's works for anti-barrier. It's just not a fusion, so it's not flavor of the season right now. Subclass-wise, while most of the strike isn't too bad, the boss room is chaotic. There are basically no places to hide in the boss room. Ads will be converging from all angles, and the boss itself will be straight up rushing you in your face, whether it's with melee weapons or a shotgun. Therefore, it is incredibly tough to recommend running this place on GM without a Well of Radiance. You will need some sort of safety zone in the room. Well works amazingly in the first combat arena as well. Just bring Well of Radiance, spare yourself the agony, put your pride behind you, just use a Well of Radiance. Titan's Middle Tree Sentinel is also going to be huge here for protection, just in case, and orb generation, and even bonus damage from Weapons of Light. This is very much a play it safe kind of GM. I would not try to get fancy here at all. Just play this one safely. This also isn't really much of a GM that I would be trying to farm either, especially considering how many people actually hate this place. This guide is just going to focus on getting a platinum completion and getting the hell out. If you know how to farm this place, you probably don't need this guide. Hunters, probably just going to want to stick to Orpheus or Omnio. I went Omnio because I just think it's more fun, but a fat Orpheus tether in the boss room when the 2 barrier champions are spawning, whew, really, really good to have. Plus, it's a one and done super. You don't need to keep popping quiver shots and risking your death. Mod-wise, you don't need to get too fancy here either. Protective Light's good, defensive mod's good. I wouldn't really be rolling with any melee-based mods due to the exploding shanks, and it not really being a great idea to get into melee range of melee-based enemies that will 2-shot you from full health. You're either going to want heavy arc resistance, like arc resist times 2 in your chest piece for all the arc damage, or 2x solar resist for the final boss specifically. Select red bar enemies and certain overload captains. Arc resistance will also be good in the boss room against all of the ads, but just not the boss itself. I ran with double arc resist. I think it's fine. There are some snipers in the first leg of the strike and at the very end. I don't think I'm running sniper resistance as a result though, because you should be killing them immediately and because there's just not really enough of them. I know that sniper resistance doesn't literally mean just sniper vandals, but double arc was doing just fine, and it can help against all the grenades that these dregs throw. Okay, let's get in there. In this first section of the strike, you are going to die to vandal snipers and pike dregs, mainly pike dregs. Do not mess around with pike dregs. Stand the hell back and kill them off. Same with the sniper vandals, who will one-shot you. You're going to have one pike and one vandal almost immediately after you enter, then 2 vandals and another pike after that, then 3 vandals and another pike after that. After you hit all the beacons, you're going to have 1 more pike, which is kind of hidden. It'll jump out at you, just be ready. And 2 more sniper vandals, with one of them being way off in the distance where the launcher ends up launching you. You can snipe it with a bow from where you come in, though. Everything else is just shanks and dregs. Kill them as you can. As you approach the first boss, which is just an overload captain, you're going to have a big wave of vandals, shanks, and 4 marauders that can go invisible. Just be aware of those. They can go invis. Kill the captain, move on in. This really shouldn't be a big deal. This hallway here has some regular trash mobs and a couple of overload captains. Again, no big deal here. The majority of the non-boss combat will be here, the plate room, the circle room of hell. First off, before you even start, you're going to have 2 overloads, 3 invis melee dudes, and 4 dregs chucking grenades at you, in addition to some exploder shanks. I really suggest going into the room itself instead of sitting by the stairs, because you're just going to have grenades keeping you funneled in there. There's just not a lot of space to move around. The grenades can kill you pretty easily. Just get in the room and hide behind one of the walls. The best way to progress this room is to be within the progression circle. And the moment the ads show up, get out of the circle, kill everything, and then get back into the circle. Most waves will consist of a range of dregs, wretches, exploder shanks, and an overload captain until you hit 50%. So just in, out, kill ads, in, out, until you hit 50%. At 50%, technically 51%, you're going to get 2 barrier servitors and a bunch of exploder shanks in multiple waves. The barrier servitors and some exploders are going to come first, and then another wave of exploders. Note that none of the exploder shanks will chase you. They just have that AoE slowing aura that deals arc damage, but the slowing aura is the main threat. Once you kill one of the barrier servitors, at least if you're killing the left one, I'm not sure on the right, I'm sure it's the same. After you kill one of the barrier servitors, you should prepare for more ads, a mix of melee enemies, and 3 overload captains. You're definitely going to want to pop a super of some kind here, probably a well, and just try to burst down one of the champions in that time frame. Divinity should make this pretty easy because you can literally just stun all of them at the same time and choose to burst one down. After you get one down and you clear out some ads, you should be totally fine. Try to resist running back the way you came in as a team, because it's just not a good time back there. One person going back is okay, but try not to have everyone go back there because you're just going to get funneled. After you clean up the ads and the champions here, keep progressing the plate. Now, after 51%, you're going to get vandals, both red and orange bar vandals, along with big shanks with solar shields. First one of them, then you're going to get 2 of them, along with overload captains. Take it 1 wave at a time. These are not a big deal. The hard part of this place is over. It was a 3 captain wave. This should not be a huge struggle to get to the end of this section. After you're done, you'll need to cross the Pike Pit of Death, where there can be up to 6 or 7 pike dregs ready to murder you on a moment's notice. Fortunately, these guys have less health because you're technically in a public space, but either way, just be careful here because they can still kill you immediately. You're going to ride all the way to the spider tank and then make a right at the fork. You don't want to be fighting all those Vex because you don't need to. Just be careful of some potential dregs and a vandal behind you, and be careful for the fallen skiff that's going to fly away, because it'll shoot your sparrow, and then your sparrow will explode, and then it'll kill you, and then your friends will laugh at you. So it's actually kind of funny, but just be careful. Kill the spider tank and move on in to the next section. Spider tank should go down pretty easy. This dark ascent area isn't really that big of a deal. You're going to have 1 overload champion and a bunch of random trash mobs. Just kill and move on. The only other threats here are 2 orange bar sniper vandals towards the top. Just plink them down with a bow or with whatever you're using. jump into the boss arena and head to the left or wherever you feel like setting up. Most teams are setting up on the left. This section right here is where many groups are choosing to fight the boss. It has a tiny bit of cover to use in case things are looking really bad, but do not rely on this, especially when ads spawn in, because you will die eventually. The boss is going to teleport 5 times, once approximately every 16 to 17% of its health bar. It will fully disappear at every third until you kill a big wave of ads. For the first 2/3, it will have a shotgun that hurts very badly. The final third will have the boss use melee attacks. Ideally, you are nuking the crap out of the boss to get to that first third of health gone so that you can move to the ad phase. If you ever hit a situation where ads are encroaching on you, you should really try to switch to them because you will get absolutely destroyed the moment they fully surround you. There's almost no hope. This is probably where I would use a tether or a ward of dawn or a banner shield, whatever you ended up bringing, just to create some space for yourselves, to create a safety zone. Again, try not to let the ads completely surround you, especially if you do not have a super that is active. Once that third of health is gone, you're going to focus on ads, killing everything that you can. Note that you can leave one enemy alive and regen your super if need be, or just recover, go find ammo, whatever you got to do. I'm not actually sure if you can leave it alive forever and fully regen a super, but you can leave it alive for a little bit. And try to make sure that it's a Vandal or a Drag, because I think all the shanks simultaneously explode once you kill the last actual fallen enemy in the area. When the boss returns, it's going to be at 66% health. Try to get a teleport to happen as soon as possible, because the moment they return at 50% HP, that is the exact moment you're going to want to pop a well. Ideally, you will keep shooting the crap out of the boss to get it to 33% health, to get it to leave, and then deal with ads, since you should, in theory, be able to survive most of the ads while the boss is out. It's still very possible to die in the well, so if your damage isn't good enough, you may need to swap to ads just to stabilize the field. And ideally, you should still have about half of your well's duration left when the boss leaves to use it against the barrier champions and to kill the rest of the ads. Once the boss leaves here and you kill a few ads, it's not too tough to stabilize, but you really got to be slaying, especially those barrier champions that can just make all of those enemies completely immune. When the boss comes back at 33% health, this is your burn phase. There are no more champions at all. Kill the boss as quickly as possible, doing whatever you can to suppress ads. Whether it's stunning, freezing, killing, whatever you have to stop them, use it. You should hopefully have another super to use at this point, either a tether or a banner shield. Hopefully you've gotten it back from the first wave, and the boss should go down. Doesn't have a ton of health, at least in a group. This is not a long boss fight at all. It will end quickly, either for you or for the boss. I cannot emphasize enough how vulnerable you are without a well or a rift or some form of super. I've had runs where the moment our supers ran out, all hell broke loose and we died immediately. This is especially bad in the middle of a big wave of ads because you probably won't be able to move because of the exploder shanks suppressing your movement. So you can't move, you're getting shot from every angle, you got no super, you got no healing. It's tough out there. Proper super usage is critical here. It can literally make or break this GM. Having that well, or at least one super as you transition into the champion wave, is crucial to success, in my opinion. Here's what the boss looks like with comms, no interruptions. It's a super quick fight, and you'll also see why I'm apprehensive to suggest swords. Best of luck in there. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.
Oh, well, left side action.
Old reliable.
Can be left.
Old and reliable. I mean, I'm just gonna div this guy right off the rip.
Yeah.
Let you guys beat his.
I'll be on sword. I have passive guard on, so.
Well, it is barrier and overload.
Hello. Oh.
He's on the left again. He's on the left.
Any wellers?
Look, where we're going, we don't need wells. All right, well, It did the teleport thing. That is the risk you run when you're using sword.
You're muted, by the way.
I'm not.
No, Datto.
Not me.
Oh.
Just telling my chat. That's the risk you run running sword here. Is as the boss teleports away, you might get teleported with him and then slammed into the ground.
Yes, sir. I'm 60%.
I have a super. Boss is coming up the middle.
I'll get mine from yours. Datto, put the well before you go.
Like, it's fine.
I'm about to die.
There you go.
Oh. Might have suppressed
Alright, here you
myself.
go.
Barrier's broke behind him.
Boss should be gone. Try to get rid of trash first.
I killed the one servitor.
Yep.
Vandal gone. Got the shield. Yep.
Down.
Oh, I got that. Nice. Bosses on right. Do not have a well. Very close to one though. Just want to go?
I just go.
He's one shot. He'll be back.
Just reloading. The old Jotunn.
Dead.
Easy.
Easy dubs.
Oh, it's Shadow Prize. Get me out.